Path to Prosperity Reimagined, Applying Benjamin Franklin's Principles in the 21st Century, by James Fisher. Introduction. In 1758, Benjamin Franklin compiled a collection of advice that would become one of the most celebrated works of practical wisdom, The Way to Wealth. Delivered through the fictional voice of Poor Richard, this essay distilled decades of proverbs and insights into a concise guide for achieving financial stability, personal fulfillment, and a meaningful life. Franklin's advice was rooted in his experiences as a printer, inventor, and public servant, drawing on the values of diligence, frugality, and self-discipline. His work resonated deeply in his own time, offering clear and actionable steps to navigate a world of economic and social change. The principles Franklin laid out not only addressed the immediate concerns of his contemporaries, but also struck a chord of timeless relevance, offering truths that continue to guide readers across centuries. Franklin's world was markedly different from ours. The 18th century was an era of emerging industry and expanding opportunity, but it was also a time of limited access to education, rudimentary financial systems, and slower communication. Franklin's advice, rooted in hard work and careful resource management, provided a blueprint for individuals seeking to better their lives amidst these challenges. Today, we live in an age of unprecedented technological advancements, global interconnectivity, and a deluge of information at our fingertips. Opportunities for growth and success have multiplied, but so too have the complexities of modern life. The distractions of social media, the pressures of consumer culture, and the growing gap between financial knowledge and personal wealth management all present new hurdles for individuals striving for prosperity. Despite these changes, the core human challenges of managing time, making sound decisions, and cultivating self-discipline remain as relevant now as they were in Franklin's time. What makes The Way to Wealth so enduring is its ability to address these universal challenges with simplicity and clarity. Franklin understood that success does not come from chasing fleeting trends or luck, but from the steady application of practical principles. His writings emphasize the importance of valuing time, avoiding unnecessary debt, embracing lifelong learning, and contributing to one's community. These principles were as applicable to a farmer or tradesperson in 1758 as they are to an entrepreneur, gig worker, or remote employee in 2025. The essence of Franklin's message lies in his recognition of the human capacity for improvement. He believed in the power of individuals to shape their destinies through thoughtful action, a belief that resonates strongly even in our hyper-connected, fast-paced world. This book, Prosperity Reimagined, takes Franklin's timeless wisdom and reinterprets it for the modern age. Each chapter will explore a core principle from The Way to Wealth, examining how it applies to today's challenges and offering practical strategies for implementation. For example, Franklin's emphasis on valuing time takes on new dimensions in an era dominated by digital distractions. While Franklin warned against the dangers of idle chatter and wasted hours, today we face the constant temptation of endless scrolling, binge-watching, and notification pings that can sap our focus and productivity. By revisiting Franklin's advice and integrating it with contemporary tools like time-blocking techniques and digital detox practices, we can reclaim control over our schedules and prioritize what truly matters. Similarly, Franklin's call for frugality has profound relevance in a world driven by consumerism. In the 18th century, wasteful spending might have meant indulging in luxuries beyond one's means. Today, it often manifests in the form of impulse online shopping, subscription services we forget to cancel, or the societal pressure to upgrade to the latest gadgets. Franklin's reminder that a penny saved is a penny earned can be reimagined through modern budgeting apps, minimalist philosophies, and an emphasis on conscious consumption. By reframing his advice in the context of our current financial landscape, we can cultivate habits that lead to greater financial independence and peace of mind. Franklin's insights into hard work and productivity also take on new significance in today's evolving economy. In his time, success depended largely on physical labor and manual effort. While those elements remain important in certain fields, The modern workforce increasingly values creativity, adaptability, and the ability to leverage technology. The gig economy, remote work trends, and the rise of artificial intelligence have transformed what it means to be industrious. Franklin's principle of diligence, doing today what can benefit tomorrow, can now be interpreted as a call to embrace continuous learning, invest in personal development, and build diverse streams of income to weather economic uncertainties. Lifelong learning, another cornerstone of Franklin's philosophy, is more accessible now than ever before, thanks to the vast array of online resources, courses, and educational platforms. However, the abundance of information can also be overwhelming, leading many to feel paralyzed rather than empowered. Franklin's disciplined approach to self-education, reading, experimenting, and reflecting, offers a roadmap for navigating this sea of knowledge. By focusing on curated learning goals and intentional skill development, individuals can turn the vast opportunities of the digital age into meaningful personal and professional growth. Franklin also emphasized the importance of avoiding unnecessary debt and managing one's finances wisely. In his era, borrowing money often meant placing one's livelihood at risk. Today, the stakes are equally high, with credit card debt, student loans, and mortgages burdening millions of people. Franklin's warnings about living beyond one's means and his encouragement to save for the future are perhaps more critical now than ever. By revisiting his lessons through the lens of modern financial tools, such as budgeting software, investment platforms, and financial literacy resources, we can empower readers to take control of their economic well-being. Another area where Franklin's wisdom shines is in his emphasis on community and legacy. He believed that personal success should extend beyond the individual to benefit others, a sentiment that resonates deeply in today's interconnected world. From mentorship and volunteering to sustainable practices and social responsibility, Franklin's call to contribute to society takes on new urgency as we face global challenges like climate change and economic inequality. His belief in leaving a positive legacy offers a powerful antidote to the fleeting nature of modern trends, encouraging us to focus on long-term impact rather than short-term gains. While Franklin's world may seem distant from ours, the human struggles and aspirations he addressed remain universal. This book aims to honor his legacy by updating his teachings for a world filled with both unprecedented opportunities and daunting challenges. By grounding ourselves in the timeless principles of diligence, frugality, and self-improvement, we can navigate the complexities of modern life with confidence and purpose. Franklin's wisdom, far from being an artifact of the past, serves as a guiding light for anyone seeking to live a life of prosperity and meaning. Chapter 1. Benjamin Franklin famously wrote, "Lost time is never found again, a simple yet profound reminder of the finite nature of our most valuable resource. Time, unlike money, cannot be earned back once it is spent." Franklin understood that how we use our time ultimately shapes the course of our lives, a truth as relevant today as it was in the 18th century. However, while Franklin's contemporaries may have struggled with idleness or inefficiency, the challenges we face in managing our time are amplified by the realities of the digital age. From endless social media scrolling to binge-watching shows on streaming platforms, modern distractions often leave us feeling overwhelmed, unproductive, and disconnected from our priorities. Franklin's wisdom serves as a timeless compass, reminding us to value each moment and use our time with intention. By examining his principles and applying them to today's challenges, we can reclaim control of our schedules and ensure that our time is spent in ways that align with our goals and values. In Franklin's era, time was often consumed by physical labor, household chores, and community obligations. People understood the tangible value of their efforts, as wasted time often translated directly into unmet needs or lost opportunities. In contrast, the modern world offers an unprecedented abundance of ways to fill our hours, many of which provide little to no lasting benefit. Social media platforms are designed to capture our attention with endless notifications, tailored content, and addictive feedback loops. Streaming services encourage marathon viewing sessions, making it easy to lose track of hours or even days. Smartphones, once heralded as tools for productivity, have become constant companions that demand our attention at all hours. The result is a culture where time seems to slip away, not because of deliberate choices, but because of the subtle, pervasive influence of digital distractions. One of the greatest challenges of the digital age is the illusion of productivity. Checking emails, responding to messages, or engaging with online content can feel like meaningful activity, but often these tasks do little to advance our long-term goals. The immediacy of digital interactions creates a false sense of urgency, leading us to prioritize the demands of others over our own priorities. Meanwhile, the constant flow of information from news feeds, social media, and entertainment platforms leaves little room for reflection, creativity, or deep focus. Franklin's advice to be industrious and free from sloth highlights the importance of purposeful activity, a lesson that is increasingly relevant as we navigate the complexities of modern life. To counteract the pull of digital distractions, it is essential to adopt strategies that help us manage our time effectively and prioritize what truly matters. One such strategy is the practice of time blocking, a method that involves dividing the day into segments dedicated to specific tasks or activities. This approach forces us to be intentional about how we allocate our time and helps prevent the aimless wandering that often results from digital distractions. By scheduling focused work sessions, breaks, and leisure time, we can create a balanced routine that aligns with our values and goals. Franklin himself was a proponent of structured time management, famously creating a daily schedule that allocated hours for work, reflection, and self-improvement. His disciplined approach serves as a model for anyone seeking to regain control of their time in a world filled with competing demands. Another effective strategy for managing time in the digital age is the concept of a digital detox. While technology offers countless benefits, its overuse can lead to stress, anxiety, and decreased productivity. A digital detox involves setting boundaries around the use of devices and platforms, such as turning off notifications, designating screen-free zones, or taking periodic breaks from social media. By creating intentional spaces where technology does not intrude, we can reduce the noise of digital distractions and focus on activities that bring greater meaning and satisfaction. Franklin's advice to early to bed, early to rise reflects a similar principle of balance, emphasizing the importance of rest, reflection, and intentional living. Prioritization is another critical element of effective time management. Franklin's emphasis on setting goals and working toward them with diligence is a reminder that not all tasks are created equal. In today's world, the concept of prioritization is often overshadowed by the sheer volume of demands on our attention. However, tools like the Eisenhower Matrix, which categorizes tasks based on their urgency and importance, can help us identify what truly deserves our focus. By dedicating our energy to high-priority tasks and delegating or eliminating those that are less significant, we can make meaningful progress toward our goals. Franklin's ability to juggle multiple roles as a printer, inventor, statesman, and writer was a testament to his skill in prioritizing what mattered most, a lesson that remains valuable for modern readers. In addition to practical strategies, managing time effectively also requires a shift in mindset. Franklin's observation that time is the stuff life is made of challenges us to view our minutes and hours as precious resources, rather than something to be spent carelessly. This perspective encourages us to be more mindful of how we use our time and to recognize the long-term impact of our daily choices. For example, investing time in personal growth, such as learning new skills, building relationships, or pursuing creative endeavors, can yield lasting rewards. Conversely, excessive time spent on passive consumption, such as scrolling through social media or watching television, often leaves us feeling unfulfilled. Franklin's wisdom reminds us to align our actions with our values, ensuring that our time is spent in ways that contribute to our overall well-being and success. One of the most important lessons we can draw from Franklin's writings is the idea that time, once lost, can never be recovered. This principle is particularly poignant in a culture that often glorifies busyness for its own sake. The constant rush to accomplish more, achieve more, and consume more can lead to burnout and a sense of emptiness. Franklin's approach, which emphasizes balance and intentionality, offers an antidote to this modern malaise. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of unnecessary distractions, we can create a life that is not only productive, but also meaningful and fulfilling. Chapter 2. Benjamin Franklin's cautionary words. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Reflect his deep understanding of the cumulative impact of seemingly minor financial decisions. In The Way to Wealth, Franklin emphasized the virtues of frugality and warned against the dangers of unnecessary expenses, recognizing that the road to financial stability and prosperity is often paved with restraint and thoughtful choices. His advice was grounded in a world where resources were finite and wastefulness carried immediate consequences. Yet, in the 21st century, the challenges surrounding frugality have taken on new dimensions. The relentless allure of consumerism, fueled by targeted advertising and the ubiquity of credit, makes practicing Franklin's principles more difficult, but also more essential than ever. Modern consumerism is a powerful force, designed to appeal to our desires and create a sense of urgency around acquiring more. The advertising industry, armed with data-driven insights, has mastered the art of persuasion. From personalized online ads to influencer marketing on social media, brands have developed sophisticated techniques to convince us that their products are not merely desirable, but necessary for happiness, success, or social acceptance. This constant exposure to marketing creates a culture of perpetual want, where the newest gadget, trendiest clothing, or most exotic vacation is framed as the key to fulfillment. Franklin's warnings about the pitfalls of indulgence are particularly relevant in this context, as the pressure to keep up with societal expectations can lead to overspending, debt, and financial instability. Adding to the challenge is the ease with which we can now spend money. With a few clicks or taps, we can make purchases that would have required significant effort in Franklin's time. Online shopping platforms, subscription services, and digital wallets have streamlined the process of acquiring goods, often bypassing the conscious deliberation that accompanies in-person transactions. This convenience, while beneficial in some ways, can also erode our financial discipline. The act of spending has become so effortless that it is easy to lose sight of the cumulative impact of small, frequent purchases. Franklin's advice to take care of the pennies, and the dollars will take care of themselves, serves as a reminder to remain vigilant about even the smallest expenses, particularly in an era where impulsive spending is encouraged by design. To navigate the temptations of modern consumerism, it is essential to develop a mindset of conscious spending. At its core, frugality is not about deprivation, but about aligning our financial choices with our values and priorities. This begins with cultivating an awareness of our spending habits and identifying the triggers that lead to unnecessary purchases. For example, many people fall into the trap of emotional spending, using shopping as a way to cope with stress, boredom, or dissatisfaction. By recognizing these patterns and finding healthier alternatives, such as exercise, meditation, or connecting with loved ones, we can reduce the likelihood of making impulsive purchases that provide only fleeting satisfaction. Budgeting is another fundamental tool for practicing frugality in the modern age. A well-constructed budget serves as a roadmap for managing income, expenses, and savings, helping us allocate resources in a way that reflects our goals. Franklin's emphasis on planning and foresight is echoed in modern budgeting techniques, such as the 50/30/20 rule, which divides income into needs, wants, and savings or debt repayment. By setting clear limits on discretionary spending and tracking expenses regularly, we can avoid the gradual accumulation of financial strain that often accompanies unchecked consumerism. Budgeting apps and tools have made this process more accessible than ever, enabling us to monitor our finances in real time and make adjustments as needed. Saving is another cornerstone of financial stability that aligns with Franklin's teachings. His admonition to save while you can, no matter how little, underscores the importance of building a financial cushion to weather unforeseen challenges. In today's world, establishing an emergency fund is a critical step toward achieving this goal. Experts often recommend saving 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses, a practice that provides a safety net against job loss, medical emergencies, or other unexpected costs. Automated savings plans, where a portion of income is deposited into a separate account, can simplify this process and ensure that saving becomes a consistent habit rather than an afterthought. In addition to budgeting and saving, adopting a minimalist approach to consumption can help counteract the influence of modern consumerism. Minimalism is not about owning as little as possible, but about being intentional with our possessions and focusing on quality over quantity. By prioritizing experiences over material goods and valuing items that truly add value to our lives, we can reduce the clutter, both physical and mental, that often accompanies excessive consumption. Franklin's philosophy of simplicity and moderation aligns closely with this mindset, encouraging us to find contentment in what we have rather than constantly seeking more. Another strategy for fostering frugality is to delay gratification, a practice that Franklin implicitly endorsed in his emphasis on patience and long-term thinking. In a culture that promotes instant rewards, learning to pause before making a purchase can help us distinguish between genuine needs and impulsive wants. One effective technique is the 30-day rule, where we wait a month before buying non-essential items. This waiting period allows time for reflection and often reveals that the initial desire for the item has diminished. By cultivating this habit, we can make more thoughtful and deliberate purchasing decisions. Debt management is another area where Franklin's advice remains highly relevant. In his time, borrowing money was often a last resort, and he warned against the dangers of living beyond one's means. Today, credit cards and loans are widely available, making it easy to accumulate debt that can quickly spiral out of control. To avoid this pitfall, it is crucial to approach credit with caution and prioritize paying off high-interest debt as quickly as possible. Creating a debt repayment plan, such as the snowball or avalanche method, can provide a clear path to financial freedom. Franklin's wisdom reminds us that true wealth is not about appearances, but about the peace of mind that comes from living within our means. The importance of frugality extends beyond individual finances to the broader context of sustainability and environmental impact. Excessive consumption contributes to waste, pollution, and the depletion of natural resources, issues that Franklin, as an advocate for conservation and efficiency, would likely have found concerning. By adopting more sustainable habits, such as repairing and reusing items, buying secondhand, or choosing eco-friendly alternatives, we can align our financial choices with a commitment to the well-being of the planet. This holistic approach to frugality reflects Franklin's belief in the interconnectedness of personal responsibility and collective benefit. Chapter 3. Benjamin Franklin's life and work were defined by a singular emphasis on diligence, hard work, and industriousness. One of his most famous sayings, "Diligence is the mother of good luck," exemplifies the foundation upon which he built his success. Franklin believed that success was not simply a result of innate talent or fortune, but rather the product of consistent effort, hard work, and a willingness to take responsibility for one's own future. This belief in the value of industry and productivity drove much of his life's work, from his ventures as a printer and inventor to his diplomacy and public service. Franklin was a master at balancing multiple responsibilities, and his ability to focus on what mattered most, while maintaining a relentless work ethic, served as the bedrock of his many achievements. In today's world, the principles of hard work and productivity have not changed, but the landscape in which they are applied has evolved significantly. The rise of the gig economy, the prevalence of remote work, and the increasing popularity of side hustles have created new ways for individuals to earn a living and build a career. The traditional model of a 9-to-5 job with one employer has given way to a more fluid and flexible way of working. While this shift has opened up countless opportunities for innovation and self-expression, it has also introduced new challenges, particularly around maintaining productivity and staying focused in an environment of constant distractions. In this chapter, We will explore how Franklin's emphasis on diligence and industriousness can be applied to the modern gig economy, and how individuals can cultivate sustainable habits for consistent productivity in a rapidly changing work environment. Franklin's approach to hard work was both practical and philosophical. He believed that industriousness was a key factor in achieving success, and he applied this principle throughout his life. In his early years, he worked tirelessly in the printing business, often working long hours to perfect his craft and build his reputation. He was also known for his dedication to learning, spending hours reading and studying, even while balancing multiple professional obligations. Franklin's ability to manage his time effectively allowed him to make significant contributions in a wide range of fields, from science and invention to politics and public service. His work ethic was rooted in the belief that success was not a matter of luck, but the result of persistent effort over time. In the gig economy, where many individuals juggle multiple jobs or freelance opportunities, Franklin's emphasis on hard work remains as relevant as ever. However, the nature of this work has changed, and the challenges individuals face today are often different from those Franklin encountered. One of the defining features of the gig economy is its flexibility. Workers can choose when and where they work, and they often have the freedom to pursue a variety of income-generating activities. This flexibility can be empowering, but it can also lead to difficulties in maintaining focus and consistency. Without the structure of a traditional office job, it can be easy to become distracted or lose motivation, especially when working remotely or managing multiple side hustles. Franklin's approach to productivity, which emphasized the importance of setting clear goals, managing time effectively, and remaining disciplined, offers valuable lessons for those navigating the gig economy. One of the key aspects of Franklin's work ethic was his ability to prioritize tasks and focus on what was most important. He was known for his ability to set clear goals and follow through on them, whether it was in his printing business or his scientific pursuits. Franklin was also a master of efficiency, always looking for ways to optimize his time and efforts. He famously created a daily schedule to structure his days, allocating time for work, reflection, learning, and leisure. This commitment to structured time management allowed him to maintain a high level of productivity, even as he pursued multiple endeavors simultaneously. In the modern gig economy, where workers are often responsible for managing their own schedules, Franklin's approach to time management can serve as a valuable blueprint. By setting specific goals and creating a clear schedule, gig workers can ensure that they stay on track and make the most of their time, even in a world that is full of distractions. Remote work, another hallmark of the modern work environment, presents its own set of challenges when it comes to productivity. While remote work offers flexibility and convenience, it also requires a high degree of self-discipline. Many remote workers find themselves struggling with procrastination, distractions, and a lack of motivation, especially when working from home. Franklin's advice on maintaining focus and working with purpose is particularly relevant in this context. He believed that the key to success was not simply working harder, but working smarter. In his famous book, Poor Richard's Almanac, he offered advice on how to approach work with a sense of purpose and intention, including the importance of avoiding unnecessary distractions and focusing on the task at hand. For modern remote workers, this means creating a dedicated workspace, eliminating distractions, and setting clear boundaries between work and personal life. One of the major benefits of the gig economy is the ability to pursue multiple income streams or side hustles. While this offers greater financial freedom and independence, it can also lead to burnout if not managed effectively. Franklin, who is known for his ability to balance multiple roles, offers valuable lessons in maintaining energy and productivity without sacrificing personal well-being. His approach to managing work and rest was rooted in the belief that balance was essential to long-term success. In his daily schedule, Franklin allocated time for both work and recreation, recognizing that taking breaks and recharging was essential for maintaining productivity over time. In today's fast-paced gig economy, where workers often feel pressured to constantly hustle, Franklin's example reminds us of the importance of setting boundaries and taking time for self-care. By avoiding overwork and ensuring time for relaxation and reflection, gig workers can maintain their energy and focus, leading to greater productivity and job satisfaction. Another important lesson from Franklin's life is the value of continuous improvement. Franklin was never satisfied with the status quo and was always looking for ways to refine his skills, learn new things, and improve his performance. This mindset of continual growth and self-improvement is particularly relevant in the gig economy, where workers must constantly adapt to new technologies, trends, and market demands. Whether learning new software, acquiring new skills, or staying up to date with industry developments, gig workers must be proactive in their efforts to grow and improve. Franklin's dedication to lifelong learning serves as an inspiration for anyone seeking to build a successful and sustainable career in today's rapidly changing world. Building sustainable habits for consistent productivity is one of the most important aspects of achieving success in the gig economy. In his life, Franklin demonstrated the importance of cultivating habits that supported his goals and enabled him to maintain high levels of productivity. Chapter 4. Benjamin Franklin's Prudent Advice. Rather go to bed without dinner than rise in debt, captures the essence of his cautionary approach to financial management. He understood that debt, when mismanaged, can become a relentless burden, undermining both personal freedom and long-term prosperity. While debt in Franklin's time might have been limited to personal loans or business credit extended by acquaintances, today's financial landscape is far more complex. The prevalence of credit cards, student loans, and mortgages creates opportunities, but also significant risks for those who fail to navigate these tools with care. Franklin's wisdom offers a timeless foundation for managing modern financial challenges, emphasizing the importance of restraint, foresight, and discipline in achieving financial security. Debt has evolved from being a tool of necessity to a normalized aspect of modern life. Credit cards, for example, provide convenience and flexibility, but also come with the potential for high interest rates and compounding debt. It is easy to fall into the trap of treating credit as an extension of income, leading to overspending and financial strain. Franklin's reminder that he that goes a-borrowing goes a-sorrowing underscores the need to view credit as a tool to be used sparingly and responsibly. This begins with understanding the terms of any credit agreement, including interest rates, fees, and repayment schedules, and avoiding unnecessary reliance on borrowed funds. Student loans represent another significant financial challenge for many individuals today. While education is often framed as an investment in one's future, the rising cost of tuition has led to unprecedented levels of student debt, burdening graduates as they enter the workforce. Franklin's belief in self-education and continual learning remains relevant, as it encourages us to weigh the costs and benefits of formal education carefully. Exploring alternatives such as scholarships, grants, community college, or online learning can help mitigate the financial burden of higher education. For those who have already accrued student debt, strategies such as income-driven repayment plans or refinancing options can provide relief and help manage the long-term impact of these obligations. Mortgages, often the largest financial commitment most people will undertake, are another area where Franklin's guidance can be applied. While purchasing a home is a milestone for many, the decision to take on a mortgage should be made with careful consideration of one's financial situation and future goals. Franklin's advocacy for living within one's means is especially pertinent when determining how much house one can afford. By opting for a manageable monthly payment and maintaining a healthy emergency fund, homeowners can avoid the stress of overextending themselves financially. Additionally, shopping around for favorable interest rates and loan terms can lead to significant savings over the life of a mortgage. To navigate these modern financial challenges effectively, it is essential to leverage the tools and resources available for smarter financial planning. Budgeting apps such as Mint, Enab, You Need a Budget, or Pocket Guard can simplify the process of tracking income and expenses, helping individuals stay within their means and identify areas for improvement. These tools often provide visual representations of spending habits, making it easier to spot patterns and adjust behavior accordingly. Franklin's methodical approach to record-keeping and accountability is echoed in the functionality of these apps, which encourage users to take an active role in managing their finances. Another valuable resource for financial planning is the use of automated savings and investment platforms. Apps like Acorns, Stash, or Robinhood make it easy to set aside money for future goals, whether it's building an emergency fund, saving for retirement, or investing in the stock market. These platforms often offer features such as round-up savings, where small amounts are automatically transferred into a savings or investment account with each purchase. Franklin's emphasis on the power of small, consistent actions, a penny saved is a penny earned, aligns closely with this approach, highlighting the importance of building wealth incrementally over time. In addition to leveraging technology, cultivating habits that support financial health is crucial for long-term success. One such habit is regularly reviewing and adjusting one's financial plan to account for changing circumstances and goals. Franklin's practice of self-reflection and goal setting can be applied to personal finance by conducting periodic assessments of income, expenses, savings, and investments. This proactive approach ensures that financial decisions remain aligned with one's evolving needs and aspirations, reducing the likelihood of costly mistakes or missed opportunities. Another critical habit is distinguishing between wants and needs, a principle that Franklin frequently emphasized. In a consumer-driven culture, it is easy to conflate the two, leading to unnecessary expenses that strain budgets and undermine financial goals. Developing the discipline to prioritize essentials and defer or eliminate non-essential purchases can lead to greater financial freedom and peace of mind. Franklin's advice to buy what thou hast no need of, and ere long thou shalt sell thy necessaries, serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of impulsive spending. Debt repayment is another area where discipline and strategy are essential. For those carrying multiple forms of debt, creating a repayment plan is a critical step toward financial freedom. The snowball method, which involves paying off smaller debts first to build momentum, and the avalanche method, which focuses on eliminating high-interest debt first, are both effective approaches. By dedicating extra funds to debt repayment and avoiding the temptation to accumulate new debt, individuals can reduce their financial obligations over time and free up resources for other goals. Franklin's belief in the importance of eliminating debt resonates strongly here, as it aligns with the broader goal of achieving financial independence. Education and awareness are also key components of wise financial management. Understanding concepts such as compound interest, risk diversification, and tax efficiency can empower individuals to make informed decisions about saving and investing. Franklin's commitment to lifelong learning and intellectual curiosity provides a model for approaching personal finance with a growth mindset. Taking the time to read books, attend workshops, or consult with financial advisors can provide valuable insights and help demystify complex topics, enabling individuals to take greater control of their financial futures. Chapter 5. Benjamin Franklin's approach to learning was grounded in a deep love for knowledge and a belief in the transformative power of self-education. In his autobiography, Franklin famously described his early years of self-directed learning, recounting how he taught himself to read, write, and think critically, all while juggling various trades and responsibilities. He was a prolific reader, an avid writer, and a lifelong learner who sought to expand his intellectual horizons in every possible way. His passion for learning was not confined to formal education. Instead, it was a constant pursuit of knowledge, curiosity, and personal growth. Franklin's commitment to self-education stands as a model for anyone seeking to improve themselves, a principle that remains profoundly relevant today, especially in a world where learning is no longer confined to the classroom. In the 21st century, opportunities for self-education are more abundant than ever. The information age has brought with it an unprecedented access to knowledge, providing individuals with tools and platforms to learn about virtually any subject at their own pace and convenience. Online courses, podcasts, books, and video tutorials are just a few of the countless resources available to anyone with a desire to learn. This wealth of information, however, can also be overwhelming, leaving many people unsure of where to begin or how to structure their learning. In this chapter, We will explore how Franklin's passion for lifelong learning can be applied to today's information-rich environment, and how individuals can create personalized learning plans to enhance both their career and personal growth. Franklin's belief in the importance of self-education is best illustrated by his own life. Despite having limited formal schooling, he became one of the most well-educated men of his time, mastering subjects ranging from philosophy and science to politics and business. He was a firm believer that education did not end with the completion of formal schooling, but was a lifelong endeavor. Franklin's voracious reading habits were central to his intellectual development, and he is known to have read a wide variety of works, from classical literature to scientific treatises. He famously kept a list of books he wanted to read and engaged in regular debates and discussions to refine his understanding of complex ideas. This commitment to continuous learning allowed him to innovate in fields such as electricity, printing, and political thought, making him a true Renaissance man in the truest sense of the term. Today, the act of self-education has been made easier and more accessible through the advent of digital platforms. Online learning has exploded in popularity, with websites like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offering a vast array of courses on subjects ranging from programming and business to arts and humanities. Many of these courses are taught by experts in the field and are often available for free or at a low cost, making high-quality education accessible to a broader audience than ever before. Whether you're looking to learn a new skill, switch careers, or simply expand your knowledge, these platforms provide a wealth of resources to help you achieve your goals. This democratization of education is a far cry from Franklin's time, when access to learning was largely limited to the elite or those who could afford to invest in books and tutors. Podcasts have also emerged as a popular medium for self-education, offering a convenient and engaging way to learn on the go. With thousands of educational podcasts available on topics ranging from history and science to business and personal development, it's easy to find content that suits your interests and learning style. Listening to podcasts allows for passive learning, as you can listen while commuting, exercising, or doing household chores. For those who prefer a more in-depth exploration of a topic, audiobooks provide another way to absorb knowledge, often presenting complex ideas in a more digestible format. Franklin, who is known for his sharp wit and keen intellect, would likely have appreciated the ease with which individuals today can access expert opinions and thought-provoking content through these mediums. Books, of course, remain one of the most powerful tools for self-education, and Franklin himself was a lifelong advocate for reading. His personal library was extensive, and he often recommended books to others as a way to foster personal growth. In the modern world, books are available in various formats, from print to ebooks to audiobooks, allowing readers to choose the medium that works best for them. Whether through classic literature or contemporary works on psychology, business, or philosophy, books provide a deep well of knowledge that can be drawn upon for both personal enrichment and professional development. Franklin's own dedication to reading, including his practice of making reading lists and setting reading goals, serves as a timeless example of how to cultivate a habit of lifelong learning. Creating a personal learning plan is a key step in embracing the art of self-education. A learning plan is essentially a roadmap that guides your educational journey, helping you prioritize your goals, identify resources, and track your progress. Franklin was an advocate of planning and organization, often using lists and schedules to structure his time and efforts. A personal learning plan begins with setting clear, specific goals. These goals could range from acquiring a new skill, such as learning to code, to mastering a broader subject, such as entrepreneurship or public speaking. The key is to make the goals specific, measurable, and time-bound, so that progress can be tracked and adjustments can be made along the way. Once goals are set, it's important to identify the resources that will help you achieve them. This might include online courses, podcasts, books, or mentors. Just as Franklin made use of a wide range of books and resources to expand his knowledge, today's learners can take advantage of the vast array of educational tools available online. The next step is to break down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, You might start by dedicating a set amount of time each day to vocabulary and grammar practice, followed by listening to podcasts or watching movies in that language to build fluency. Similarly, if your goal is to develop a new business idea, you might start by learning about market research, followed by courses on marketing, finance, and product development. Consistency is key in any self-education plan. Franklin himself was known for his commitment to discipline and routine, and this principle can be applied to modern self-education. Setting aside regular time for learning, whether it's 30 minutes a day or a few hours a week, helps ensure that progress is made consistently over time. Additionally, creating a learning schedule that fits into your lifestyle increases the likelihood of success. For instance, if you are learning a new skill while working full-time, you might choose to allocate time during weekends or evenings for focused study. The flexibility of self-education allows learners to adapt their schedule to their needs, but it also requires self-discipline and commitment to stay on track. Feedback and reflection are important components of self-education. Franklin was known for his practice of self-examination and constant improvement. Chapter 6. Benjamin Franklin's life was defined by a series of challenges that required both resilience and adaptability. Born into modest circumstances, Franklin rose to prominence through sheer perseverance, determination, and the ability to navigate and overcome adversity. Throughout his career, Franklin experienced numerous setbacks, from failed business ventures to political struggles, but his ability to adapt and persist allowed him to continually rise above obstacles. His belief in the importance of resilience and the capacity for personal growth is evident in his many sayings and writings, which emphasize perseverance in the face of adversity. Franklin's insights on overcoming setbacks and cultivating resilience are more relevant than ever in the modern world, where uncertainty, competition, and rapid change often test our limits. In an era of unprecedented change and global interconnectedness, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and navigate challenges is a key determinant of success. Franklin's wisdom offers a guide for building resilience in today's competitive world, where economic volatility, career disruptions, and personal setbacks are part of the landscape. The concept of resilience, while timeless, has become particularly important in today's fast-paced and uncertain world, where individuals face not only external challenges, but also internal pressures to succeed. Franklin's life story, marked by his constant reinvention and ability to navigate failure, demonstrates that resilience is not simply the ability to endure, but also the capacity to adapt, learn, and grow in the face of adversity. One of Franklin's most enduring lessons is the importance of perseverance. In his early years, Franklin encountered many obstacles that could have deterred him from pursuing his dreams. His initial foray into printing was a modest success, but it was far from a smooth ride. At one point, he found himself on the brink of financial ruin after a business venture failed. Rather than giving up, he persisted in his work and eventually turned his fortunes around. Franklin's story is one of constant effort, where success was not guaranteed but was achieved through relentless perseverance, learning from mistakes, and staying the course despite setbacks. His famous aphorism, "Energy and persistence conquer all things," serves as a powerful reminder that resilience is rooted in continuous effort and determination, even when the path forward seems unclear. In today's world, the need for resilience is ever present. The rapid pace of technological advancements, the shifting job market, and global economic challenges create an environment of uncertainty that can feel overwhelming. Many people find themselves struggling to keep up with changes, facing career transitions, or dealing with personal hardships. For instance, workers in industries that are being disrupted by automation or artificial intelligence must find ways to adapt and develop new skills to remain competitive in the workforce. Similarly, entrepreneurs face the challenge of navigating a highly competitive market where failure is often a part of the journey. In such an environment, resilience becomes a key factor in sustaining progress and ultimately achieving success. Just as Franklin showed persistence in his ventures, today's individuals must also cultivate the inner strength to navigate challenges and continue moving forward, even when faced with setbacks. Franklin's adaptability was another key component of his resilience. Throughout his life, he demonstrated a remarkable ability to pivot and adapt to changing circumstances. Whether it was transitioning from being a printer to a scientist, diplomat, and inventor, Franklin's capacity to shift gears and embrace new challenges was a hallmark of his success. He never clung to a single identity or path. Instead, he embraced opportunities for reinvention and growth. This adaptability allowed him to remain relevant in a world that was constantly changing, and it is a quality that we can all strive to cultivate today. In the modern world, adaptability is perhaps more important than ever as the speed of technological and societal change demands flexibility and open-mindedness. The ability to embrace new ideas, take on different roles, and approach problems from multiple angles can open up countless opportunities for growth and success. Overcoming setbacks is a crucial aspect of resilience. In the course of his life, Franklin experienced many failures, but he never allowed them to define him. For instance, after his early business ventures failed, he did not allow himself to be defeated. Instead, he regrouped, reassessed his approach, and eventually succeeded. This willingness to learn from mistakes and continue moving forward is a vital lesson in building resilience. In today's world, failure is often seen as a source of shame or disappointment, but Franklin's perspective on failure was different. He viewed it as a natural part of the learning process, an opportunity to gain insight and improve. In fact, Franklin's famous quote, "I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong," encapsulates this mindset perfectly. Failure, in his view, was not a reason to quit, but a reason to try again with more knowledge and experience. In an era marked by rapid change and uncertainty, setbacks are inevitable. Whether it's a career setback, a financial challenge, or a personal loss, everyone faces moments of hardship. The ability to view these setbacks as temporary and part of the broader journey is an essential trait of resilience. Today, when facing adversity, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated, but building resilience involves developing the capacity to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. In the face of such challenges, it is important to remember Franklin's example. He faced failures, made mistakes, and encountered numerous obstacles, but he always persevered and adapted. The key takeaway here is that setbacks are not the end. They are simply detours on the road to success. Another critical aspect of resilience is the cultivation of a growth mindset. A growth mindset is a belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and learning. This mindset is crucial for resilience, as it encourages individuals to embrace challenges, learn from failures, and continually seek opportunities for self-improvement. Franklin himself exemplified this mindset throughout his life. He believed that knowledge was not static, but something to be continuously pursued and expanded. His willingness to constantly learn and grow, even in the face of adversity, was a defining characteristic of his resilience. In today's world, cultivating a growth mindset can help individuals overcome obstacles and remain open to new opportunities for development. Emotional intelligence also plays a vital role in building resilience. The ability to manage one's emotions, understand the emotions of others, and navigate social situations with empathy and understanding is an essential skill in today's complex and often stressful world. Chapter 7. Benjamin Franklin's remarkable ability to build and maintain relationships played a significant role in his success. Throughout his life, Franklin cultivated a wide network of friends, mentors, collaborators, and allies, using his charm, wit, and wisdom to form meaningful connections across various spheres of society. He understood that success was often the result of relationships, not just personal effort. Whether as a diplomat navigating international relations, an inventor seeking collaboration on projects, or a businessman striving to expand his ventures, Franklin leveraged his network to open doors and create opportunities that might not have been possible otherwise. His social acumen, along with his ability to understand the motivations and interests of others, made him a master of networking. Franklin's skill in building and maintaining relationships was not just about self-interest, but also about offering value to others, fostering trust, and creating genuine long-term bonds. This emphasis on mutual benefit and cooperation is as important today as it was in Franklin's time, especially in a world increasingly dominated by digital communication. In the modern world, the principles of networking and relationship building remain just as vital, but the tools and platforms through which we connect with others have dramatically changed. The rise of social media, professional networks, and digital communication has made it easier than ever to reach out to people across the globe. However, the ease of connecting digitally has not always translated into deeper, more meaningful relationships. In fact, many people find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer volume of digital interactions, struggling to differentiate between superficial connections and genuine relationships. Franklin's approach to networking was always thoughtful and purposeful. He knew that to build meaningful relationships, one had to invest time and energy into understanding others, offering support, and nurturing connections over time. This principle is as relevant today as it was in the 18th century, especially in a world where genuine human connections are increasingly replaced by digital noise and virtual interactions. Franklin's ability to form relationships extended far beyond his professional and political circles. He was known for his social gatherings, where intellectuals, scientists, politicians, and entrepreneurs would meet to discuss ideas, share knowledge, and collaborate. These gatherings, known as his junto meetings, were an embodiment of Franklin's belief in the power of community and collaboration. They were spaces for mutual growth, where people could exchange ideas, challenge each other's perspectives, and ultimately work together toward common goals. Franklin's junto was not just a social club, but a reflection of his understanding that networking was about more than just accumulating contacts. It was about building a community of like-minded individuals who could contribute to each other's success and growth. He saw these relationships as part of a broader ecosystem of learning and mutual support, one in which everyone benefited by offering value, sharing knowledge, and working collectively toward a shared vision. In today's world, while digital platforms have made networking more accessible, they have also created challenges when it comes to maintaining the quality and depth of relationships. The constant barrage of notifications, the pressure to be constantly on in the digital space, and the overwhelming amount of information available at our fingertips can lead to a sense of disconnection rather than connection. Franklin's approach to networking was different. He understood that relationships required time and effort to grow, and he did not expect immediate returns. He was strategic, but also patient in his approach. Building a meaningful network, in his view, was a long-term investment that required consistent care, attention, and an understanding of the value of reciprocity. In contrast, today's culture of instant gratification can lead many to view networking as a transactional exercise, where the focus is on how quickly and efficiently one can gain something from others. This approach, while effective in some cases, can also lead to shallow connections that lack the depth and authenticity necessary for long-term success. One of the most important lessons Franklin's life offers about networking is the idea of offering value. Franklin was never one to approach networking from a purely self-interested perspective. He understood that the key to building lasting relationships was finding ways to offer support, knowledge, or resources to others. He often sought ways to be of service, whether it was through his writing, mentoring, or facilitating connections between people who could benefit from one another. This spirit of generosity in relationships was a core part of his approach to networking. Franklin's philosophy was not that one should give with the expectation of receiving in return, but rather that by offering value to others, one naturally cultivates goodwill, trust, and reciprocal actions. This principle is especially important in today's world, where networking is often viewed through the lens of personal gain rather than mutual benefit. Franklin's example reminds us that genuine networking is about fostering relationships where both parties are enriched and supported, creating a more sustainable and meaningful connection. While digital tools like LinkedIn, Twitter, and other social media platforms have revolutionized the way we build professional connections, they also present new challenges. The constant stream of information, The need to maintain an online persona and the overwhelming number of connections available at our fingertips can sometimes dilute the quality of our relationships. Franklin would likely have seen this as a double-edged sword. On one hand, digital platforms offer unprecedented access to people, ideas, and opportunities. On the other hand, they often make it harder to form deep, meaningful connections. The challenge, then, is to balance the convenience and accessibility of digital tools with the need for more authentic, in-person interactions that allow for the deeper, more personal aspects of relationship building to emerge. In this digital age, it is easy to become disconnected from the human element of networking. As we engage in virtual conversations, it can be tempting to view our connections as numbers, followers, connections, or subscribers, rather than real people with whom we can build authentic relationships. Franklin's advice on building relationships was grounded in the importance of empathy, attentiveness, and personal engagement. His ability to listen, understand, and offer valuable insights to others made him not just a successful networker, but a respected and trusted figure in his time. In today's world, we would do well to remember that meaningful relationships are based on these same principles. Even in a virtual environment, it is possible to foster genuine connections by showing interest in others, offering help where needed, and taking the time to understand the unique perspectives and needs of the people we connect with. It is also essential to find a balance between our digital and in-person interactions. While online platforms provide an easy way to initiate contact and stay in touch, there is still an irreplaceable value in face-to-face communication. Chapter 8. Benjamin Franklin famously said, "Health is wealth," a principle that guided much of his life and work. Franklin, a man of many talents and pursuits, understood that physical and mental well-being were crucial for success in all endeavors. His approach to health was grounded in moderation, self-discipline, and a focus on the long-term benefits of maintaining good habits. Throughout his life, Franklin prioritized staying active and healthy, even as he balanced his work as a printer, inventor, statesman, and philosopher. His belief in moderation was reflected in his approach to food, drink, exercise, and rest, which helped him maintain energy and clarity of mind well into his later years. In a time when many were still grappling with the challenges of illness, Franklin's commitment to good health served as a model for others, reminding them that one's body is a vital asset to be protected and nurtured. His philosophy of health emphasizes balance and prevention, an outlook that remains just as relevant today as it did in his time. In the modern world, Franklin's insights into health are more timely than ever. Today, people face a unique set of challenges to their well-being, many of which were not present in Franklin's day. One of the most significant issues facing modern society is the prevalence of sedentary lifestyles. With the rise of desk jobs, long hours spent in front of screens, and the increasing reliance on technology for everyday tasks, physical activity has become less of a priority for many. This has led to a range of health issues, including obesity, cardiovascular diseases, and musculoskeletal problems. Franklin, who was known for his daily walks and regular physical activity, would have understood the importance of staying active as part of a healthy lifestyle. In his time, people were more likely to engage in manual labor or physical tasks, but today's sedentary nature of work has made it essential to consciously incorporate movement into our daily routines. Franklin's emphasis on health as an asset underscores the necessity of combating sedentary behaviors with regular exercise, promoting not just physical fitness, but also mental clarity and emotional well-being. Another modern challenge that Franklin did not face to the same extent is the availability and consumption of processed foods. In Franklin's day, people ate largely whole, natural foods, many of which were sourced locally. Today, however, processed foods, often high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, dominate many diets, leading to a rise in chronic health conditions such as type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. The convenience and accessibility of these foods make it difficult for people to prioritize healthier options, leading to poor dietary habits and associated health risks. Franklin's approach to eating was based on moderation, and while he did not have the same knowledge of nutrition that we do today, his belief in balance and self-control still holds strong. He advocated for a sensible approach to food, avoiding excess, and focusing on the value of a well-rounded diet. He also understood that moderation was not just about food, but about all aspects of life: work, leisure, and even sleep. In the modern world, it is more important than ever to heed Franklin's advice on moderation and practice mindful eating, focusing on whole foods, limiting processed options, and striving for a balance that supports long-term health. In addition to sedentary lifestyles and processed food consumption, another modern challenge to health is the rise in mental health issues. Franklin's era did not have the same vocabulary or understanding of mental health as we do today, but he was well aware of the importance of mental clarity and emotional well-being. He placed great value on mental stimulation, curiosity, and a sense of purpose, which helped to maintain a sharp mind throughout his life. Franklin also understood that stress and anxiety could undermine one's health, and he often sought ways to manage the pressures of life through work, learning, and relaxation. In the modern world, mental health challenges have reached epidemic proportions, with anxiety, depression, and stress-related illnesses affecting millions of people worldwide. The fast-paced nature of modern life, social pressures, and the constant connectivity offered by technology have contributed to a rise in mental health concerns. Franklin's approach to well-being, which included time for relaxation, social connection, and mental engagement, offers valuable lessons in managing stress and prioritizing mental health. By following Franklin's example of balancing work, recreation, and intellectual pursuits, individuals can better manage the stresses of modern life and improve their overall mental health. Franklin also believed that the key to good health was rooted in simplicity. He practiced what could be considered a form of holistic health, where the mind, body, and spirit were all interconnected and required attention. His commitment to physical exercise, along with his deep intellectual pursuits, reflects the idea that health is not just about what we eat or how we move, but also about how we engage with the world around us. Franklin's emphasis on moderation extended to his social life as well. He recognized the importance of building meaningful relationships and cultivating a sense of community. Today, we understand the profound impact that social connection has on our well-being, and Franklin's model of balanced living offers a timeless reminder that good health is multifaceted and requires attention to all aspects of life. When considering practical advice on fitness, nutrition, and stress management in the modern context, it is essential to integrate Franklin's principles of balance, moderation, and self-discipline. One of the simplest and most effective ways to stay healthy today is to incorporate regular physical activity into daily life. For those with sedentary jobs, taking breaks to stand, stretch, and walk is a simple but effective way to reduce the risks associated with prolonged sitting. For those seeking a more structured exercise routine, a combination of cardiovascular exercise, strength training, and flexibility work can provide a well-rounded approach to fitness. Franklin's commitment to daily walks and active engagement with the outdoors is a great example of how simple, consistent physical activity can enhance overall health. Additionally, practicing mindfulness through activities like yoga or meditation can help manage stress and promote mental clarity, just as Franklin sought balance through reflection and intellectual pursuits. On the nutrition front, the modern world offers a wealth of information on healthy eating, yet the overwhelming presence of fast food, sugary snacks, and processed convenience foods can make it difficult to make the right choices. Franklin's belief in moderation is key here. It is not necessary to completely eliminate indulgences, but rather to strike a balance between healthy eating habits and occasional treats. Prioritizing whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, can lay the foundation for a nutritious and balanced diet. Just as Franklin avoided excess in all aspects of life, individuals today can benefit from cultivating a mindful approach to eating, focusing on nutrient-dense foods while avoiding overconsumption of unhealthy options. Chapter 9. Benjamin Franklin was a man known not only for his achievements, but also for his discernment and wisdom in avoiding unnecessary risks and foolish ventures. As a polymath, Franklin's life was filled with varied experiences, from his work as a printer to his scientific experiments and diplomatic efforts. Yet, Despite his many ventures, Franklin maintained a clear sense of caution, emphasizing the importance of avoiding wasteful pursuits and poor decisions. One of his most famous pieces of advice, "An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest," reflects his broader philosophy that wise choices, both financially and personally, should always be guided by reason, moderation, and foresight. Throughout his life, Franklin practiced prudent decision-making, always weighing the long-term consequences of his actions against immediate gratification or short-term gains. He understood that a well-considered decision, even if it took longer to bear fruit, was far more valuable than a quick and thoughtless one. In a world filled with distractions, temptations, and the allure of shortcuts, Franklin's approach offers a powerful reminder of the value of sound judgment and the necessity of avoiding paths that lead to ruin. In the modern world, Franklin's warning against foolish endeavors remains as relevant as ever, especially in a society where quick fixes, overnight success stories, and seemingly easy wealth opportunities dominate our collective consciousness. In the age of the internet, social media, and constant information flow, individuals are bombarded with countless promises of instant success. From get-rich-quick schemes to dubious investment opportunities, the modern world is full of enticements that seem to offer immediate rewards without requiring the hard work, discipline, or expertise that Franklin valued so highly. Franklin himself was well aware of the human tendency to be drawn to these kinds of ventures. In his writings, he frequently cautioned against the allure of idle speculation and frivolous pursuits. He urged people to focus on endeavors that were both practical and morally sound, always recommending that one's time and energy be devoted to work that would yield long-term benefits rather than immediate, short-lived gains. The rise of modern get-rich-quick schemes is perhaps one of the most glaring examples of the kinds of traps Franklin would have warned against. These schemes, whether in the form of too-good-to-be-true business opportunities, dubious investment offers, or the rapid rise of cryptocurrencies, prey on the desires of individuals looking to make a fortune without much effort or risk. Franklin, with his deep understanding of human nature, would likely have seen these modern traps for what they are: distractions that promise great rewards but ultimately lead to disappointment, financial ruin, and a loss of time that can never be reclaimed. Whether it's the allure of an online business that promises to make you a millionaire in weeks or the fantasy of a stock that appears to always rise, these opportunities often rely on individuals' emotional impulses rather than sound judgment or critical thinking. The rise of digital platforms has only exacerbated the spread of these types of schemes. Today, social media influencers, advertisements, and online platforms regularly promote get-rich-quick products or strategies, often offering success stories that are more fiction than reality. People are often drawn to these promises, believing they can bypass the slow and steady approach to building wealth, personal development, or career advancement. Franklin, however, would have been quick to remind us that wealth, success, and fulfillment rarely come without sustained effort, discipline, and patience. He believed that a steady hand, guided by wisdom and a long-term view, was the true path to prosperity. Beware of little expenses, he advised. A small leak will sink a great ship. Franklin's understanding of success was rooted not in grandiose ideas or fleeting opportunities, but in the consistent, everyday actions that build a solid foundation for long-term achievement. Franklin also recognized that poor decisions could result in more than just financial loss. They could cause emotional, psychological, and relational damage, leading to regret and the erosion of trust and reputation. In modern times, we see this when individuals take on unnecessary debt to pursue speculative investments or make poor financial choices based on the impulse of the moment. The impact of these decisions can be far-reaching, affecting not only personal finances, but also relationships with friends, family, and business associates. Franklin's cautionary words about avoiding foolish endeavors extended beyond financial matters to all aspects of life, urging people to think carefully before embarking on ventures that may seem enticing, but ultimately lack merit or value. Whether it's making an impulse purchase, engaging in risky business ventures, or pursuing relationships or projects based solely on external rewards, Franklin would have advocated for thoughtful reflection before diving in. One way to evaluate opportunities with clarity and wisdom is to adopt the principle of due diligence. Franklin was meticulous in his approach to decision-making, understanding that no venture should be undertaken without careful consideration of its potential risks and rewards. In today's world, this means doing thorough research before making decisions, seeking out expert advice, and considering the long-term consequences of our actions. Whether it's choosing a financial investment, starting a new business, or even making a personal commitment, evaluating the opportunity with a critical and well-informed perspective is crucial. In this sense, Franklin's advice encourages us to approach decisions with both curiosity and skepticism, questioning whether the potential rewards justify the risks and whether we are truly prepared to handle the demands of the endeavor. Furthermore, Franklin would have cautioned us against the impulse to follow the crowd. In his time, he observed how people often flocked to popular trends or ventures without considering whether they were truly beneficial. Today, the influence of social media has amplified this phenomenon, with many individuals making decisions based on what is popular or trending rather than on their own individual needs or circumstances. Franklin would have urged us to remember that wisdom often lies in stepping back and considering what is truly important, rather than simply following the latest fad or conforming to societal pressures. By thinking independently, we can avoid falling prey to the foolishness that comes with chasing fleeting trends or hasty decisions. Another key aspect of evaluating opportunities with clarity and wisdom is learning to say no. Franklin believed in the importance of discipline and self-control, and one of the ways this manifests in modern life is in the ability to decline opportunities or distractions that do not align with our long-term goals. Whether it's turning down a business proposal that seems too risky, resisting the temptation of an unwise investment, or simply choosing not to engage in a project that does not match your values, Franklin would have encouraged us to exercise discretion. Learning to say no is often one of the most difficult yet most powerful ways to avoid foolish endeavors. Chapter 10. Benjamin Franklin, a man of boundless curiosity and vast achievements, understood deeply the importance of leaving a lasting legacy. However, for Franklin, legacy was not merely about wealth or fame, but about the impact one had on society and the world at large. As a founding father, inventor, statesman, and philosopher, Franklin was acutely aware of the fleeting nature of life, and thus, he dedicated much of his energy to shaping a future that would benefit generations to come. Franklin believed that his legacy would be defined not only by his inventions, like the lightning rod or his work as a diplomat, but by his contributions to knowledge, his commitment to civic duty, and his dedication to the betterment of society. His life was a testament to the notion that a true legacy is built through actions that elevate others, provide lasting value, and contribute to the common good. Whether through the establishment of public libraries, the promotion of civic virtues, or his tireless efforts to improve education, Franklin left behind a wealth of ideas and actions that have inspired countless individuals throughout history. His legacy was one of service, wisdom, and a clear sense of purpose, reminding us that the most enduring legacies are those grounded in a desire to create positive change and lasting impact, not just to accumulate wealth or personal accolades. In today's world, the modern concept of legacy has evolved, but its essence remains rooted in the idea of leaving something behind that carries meaning and value. While Franklin's legacy was undeniably tied to his professional accomplishments and public service, we must also recognize that legacy is not solely measured by material wealth or societal position. In contemporary times, the idea of legacy has expanded to include values, impact, and influence. A true legacy is one that resonates beyond a person's lifetime, shaping the lives of others, fostering growth, and guiding future generations in ways that transcend personal gain. The modern concept of legacy emphasizes the importance of leaving an imprint that reflects one's principles, actions, and contributions to the collective well-being of society. Today, individuals are increasingly encouraged to think about the kind of world they want to leave behind, not just for their families, but for their communities and even the broader global landscape. The question becomes not just, what will I leave behind in terms of wealth, but rather, What will I leave behind in terms of values, wisdom, and contributions to the betterment of humanity? Franklin's life serves as a blueprint for creating a meaningful legacy that is about more than money. It is about instilling the principles of integrity, hard work, and civic duty in those who come after us. He placed great importance on educating others, sharing knowledge, and nurturing the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and doers. One of the key ways in which Franklin left his mark on the world was through his unwavering commitment to public service. He understood that contributing to society was not just about personal success, but about helping others achieve their potential and fostering a sense of community. Franklin believed in the power of collaboration and shared wisdom, and his contributions to education, public libraries, and civic institutions reflect his desire to create systems that would allow others to succeed. Today, creating a legacy of wisdom involves similar principles, focusing not just on individual success, but on elevating others and creating systems, institutions, and opportunities that will benefit society long after we are gone. In the modern context, leaving a legacy of wisdom involves more than just financial generosity. It is about being a mentor, sharing experiences, and contributing to the well-being of others. Franklin himself was an avid mentor throughout his life. He took pride in teaching young people, sharing his knowledge, and offering guidance to those who sought it. He was instrumental in the establishment of the University of Pennsylvania and took an active role in guiding its early development, ensuring that it would serve as an institution of learning that would continue to benefit future generations. Franklin also mentored many young men and women in his various fields, from science to diplomacy, and provided wisdom that shaped their careers and lives. In the modern world, mentorship has become a powerful tool for legacy building. Whether in a professional context or a personal one, mentoring allows us to pass on our knowledge, values, and experiences to others, ensuring that our wisdom continues to have an impact. A mentor helps others navigate challenges, avoid pitfalls, and pursue opportunities with purpose and clarity. In this way, mentoring becomes a form of legacy, as it allows us to extend our influence and contribute to the growth and development of others long after we have moved on. Beyond mentorship, another key aspect of creating a legacy of wisdom is the act of giving back. Franklin's life was characterized by a deep sense of duty to the community. He was a philanthropist, a civic leader, and a volunteer who believed that the collective well-being of society was tied to the contributions of each individual. Whether he was organizing a firefighting company, founding a hospital, or promoting the idea of civic responsibility, Franklin understood that his actions had the potential to impact the broader community. Giving back is one of the most effective ways to build a legacy of wisdom in the modern world. This could take many forms: financial contributions, volunteering, or dedicating time and energy to causes that promote social justice, education, environmental sustainability, or other pressing societal issues. Franklin's own philanthropy serves as a model for how individuals can use their resources, whether monetary or intellectual, to benefit the greater good. In today's world, giving back extends beyond just writing checks. It involves active participation in building a better future and ensuring that the fruits of our labor benefit others. Leaving a legacy of wisdom also involves sharing our personal stories and experiences, as Franklin did in his autobiography. Franklin's writings have endured for centuries, offering invaluable lessons on life, work, relationships, and personal growth. Through his stories, he was able to convey the principles that guided him, providing a roadmap for future generations to follow. In today's digital age, the opportunities to share our stories are more abundant than ever before. Blogs, social media, books, podcasts, and other platforms allow us to reach a global audience and pass on the lessons we have learned throughout our lives. Sharing personal stories can have a profound impact, offering insights into overcoming challenges, pursuing goals, and living with purpose. It allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, offering both inspiration and practical advice. By sharing our stories, we contribute to the larger narrative of human experience, passing on wisdom and values that will continue to resonate with others long after we are gone. In conclusion, A Prosperous Life for the Modern Age. As we reflect on the enduring wisdom of Benjamin Franklin and how his principles can guide us in the complexities of the modern world, it becomes clear that his ideas remain not only relevant but essential. Franklin, a man who lived in a time vastly different from ours, understood the fundamental aspects of life that transcend the limitations of any era. His focus on hard work, frugality, time management, personal responsibility, and civic duty has proven to be a timeless blueprint for living a life of purpose and prosperity. In many ways, Franklin's life serves as a model of what is possible when one lives by principles that promote personal growth, financial well-being, and meaningful contributions to society. Franklin's emphasis on the value of time resonates profoundly in the modern digital age, where distractions are abundant and the pressure to perform can sometimes lead to burnout. His advice to lose not time, for that is the stuff life is made of, remains as relevant today as it did in the 18th century. In a world where instant gratification is the norm and the value of patience and hard work often goes unappreciated, Franklin's message reminds us that true success is built not on quick fixes, but on consistent effort, discipline, and a clear vision for the future. His call to prioritize time effectively, by managing distractions and focusing on what truly matters, serves as a vital reminder in today's fast-paced, always connected world. Similarly, Franklin's ideas about frugality and avoiding unnecessary expenses are more pertinent than ever in an age where consumerism and materialism often overshadow the values of simplicity and self-discipline. The temptation to spend money on fleeting pleasures or to chase after the latest trends can easily lead to financial instability. But Franklin's teachings remind us that lasting wealth is built through conscious spending, saving, and investing in long-term goals. His wisdom encourages us to be mindful stewards of our resources, to resist the impulse to follow every new fad, and instead, to direct our energy toward what will provide true and lasting value, not just for ourselves but for those around us. Franklin's emphasis on industry and productivity is another cornerstone of his philosophy that can help us navigate the modern gig economy and the rise of remote work. In today's world, where side hustles, freelance careers, and digital nomadism have become increasingly popular, Franklin's counsel to diligence is the mother of good luck offers practical wisdom. His insistence on the value of hard work, perseverance, and continuous improvement is especially vital as we build careers in an ever-changing and competitive global market. Whether we are working in traditional industries or navigating the world of digital entrepreneurship, Franklin's principles guide us toward maintaining focus and building sustainable habits for success. Moreover, Franklin's teachings on financial management, particularly his caution against debt, are essential in a world where consumer credit and student loans can easily become overwhelming. As individuals take on more debt to finance their lifestyles, education, and home ownership, it is crucial to remember Franklin's advice to avoid borrowing beyond one's means. His call to live within our financial means, invest wisely, and avoid unnecessary debt can provide a framework for achieving long-term financial security and peace of mind. In an age where financial decisions can have far-reaching consequences, adopting Franklin's principles of financial prudence can help us avoid the traps of overspending and ensure that our wealth serves as a tool for personal and social growth rather than a source of stress and instability. Franklin's passion for self-education and lifelong learning is another vital aspect of his philosophy that continues to inspire individuals today. In an era where information is readily available and the opportunities for personal growth are virtually limitless, Franklin's commitment to self-improvement serves as a powerful reminder that knowledge is the foundation of success. By continuously learning and adapting to new circumstances, we open ourselves up to new opportunities and ensure that our skills remain relevant and valuable in a constantly evolving world. Franklin's example encourages us to invest in our intellectual development, not only for our own benefit, but also to better serve our communities and contribute to the common good. However, as we pursue personal growth and strive for success, it is equally important to reflect on the impact we have on others and the world around us. Franklin's dedication to civic duty and community involvement highlights the importance of leaving a legacy that extends beyond personal achievements. His contributions to the public sphere, from establishing libraries to his work in politics, demonstrate that true prosperity comes not just from individual success, but from contributing to the collective well-being. In today's world, where social issues such as inequality, climate change, and mental health are at the forefront of public discourse, we are called upon to not only pursue personal fulfillment, but also to be active participants in shaping a better world. Whether through mentoring others, volunteering our time, or supporting causes that align with our values, Franklin's example encourages us to reflect on the broader impact of our actions and to seek ways to contribute to the greater good.